What's good, YouTube? This is Iron Eyes with Iron Eyes Insights, episode 5, I believe, and I'm here with my lovely guest, Jack. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
That's
Uh,
great to hear. What's been going on recently with some of the Smash events you've been attending lately, online or offline? Because you said right before we started this that you really wanted to talk about them. So, what's been going on with them lately?
yeah, so I haven't been playing too much recently because of college, but I think that the couple events I played this year have been like some pretty important ones. Um, it's like I think I just got like probably the most unfortunate things to run into, right? But like I've had some inconsistency issues in the past, and I feel like I'm getting past those because I ran into like characters I struggle with, like Jigglypuff, Toon Link, Cloud, um, and so like I was on a break for a couple months, and I put a lot of effort into learning those, and it's just starting to pay off. So that's really nice to see.
It's really great to see. I remember whenever I do see you in a bracket, especially lately, you've been doing really, really good. So it's cool that you sat down and you took a little break and worked on all those matchups just to come back stronger and to overcome them so efficiently. Because one thing I think you're really good at, and it's one of the things I always picture you in my mind, is you're really smart about thinking about the game and have a really good head on your shoulders about everything. Uh, so you seem like you have a very analytical and very smart vision of the game. How do you think that came about? Did you always think really hard about the game and theorize a bunch on it, or did it just gradually come about?
All right. Well, this would get into lore, but okay, so I'm actually more of a newer player to the game. Not really necessarily new, but newer than most people, right? I've been playing for I think about 3 years. Um, and so I think being a newer player comes with a different perspective than other people. So before I played Smash, I played Overwatch. I was pretty good. I was leaderboarded top 500. And then like Overwatch 2 comes out, it's pretty bad. My friend gets me into Smash. I start playing Smash, right? Um and so like having been good at other games, I sort of just thought like what's the best way I can improve at this game because like as soon as I started playing, I started getting shit on. I'm not going to lie. Um but like, that was new to me, like, I hadn't been like, this it sounds weird, but, like, I hadn't been bad at a game in so long because, like, I was good at other games. Like, I would pick up a game and, like, I'd well, because I played mostly shooters, so, like, it's pretty transferable skills, you know, like, I'd usually just kinda be good at whatever. And then I started playing this fighting game, this platform fighter, and I'm just so ass. So, like, I just get addicted
Mhm.
because I was like, "I need to grind this out, like, I need to I need to figure this out," you know? And I guess I've just been taking, like, pretty optimal approaches to things, um, making sure I know what I'm doing, not really trying to waste too much time, um, and also I've just been enjoying the game, like, I think it's just really interesting, like, there's something about it, I'm just really curious. Right? Like, I'm just, like, a really curious person, a really curious player, so I've just really been into studying and learning as much as I can.
It's really cool. I honestly had no idea about your Overwatch or your shooter history before this, but I find that really interesting and really cool that you got pulled into this thing because wow. I just like you realize, oh, this is like a completely different thing with completely different skills, and I'm gonna dedicate myself to being good and to stop getting my ass kicked in this game. And you just sat down and got hard to work, and I feel like you've done a really good job. You don't seem to get your ass kicked around too much anymore, so I think you've done a pretty good job in that regard. But
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's no problem. So you said again, your friend got you into it and you really wanted to not be bad at the game. But what are some of your other goals in Smash? Like, is there anything you want to hit like this year? Any goals this year? Or like a career thing with like, in my time in Smash Bros, I want to achieve XYZ.
Sure. So I have a couple of smaller goals, but I think that my mentality towards this game is like I just want to consistently improve. I just want to consistently be better than I was yesterday, you know? Like that's kind of the big thing. I'm not really looking for results personally. Like results are proof of progress and that's cool. But I think worrying about the improvement and learning is what's most interesting to me. So, like, my goals aren't necessarily related to like wins,
Results.
results, and all that, but I do have a couple goals.
Mhm.
Like I would want to be PR'd in my state. I think I'm gonna try like I, I can pretty likely be PR'd in my sub-region
Mhm.
this year, but state, yeah, that's gonna be a grind. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's about it. Mostly just about improvement and being as good as I can with my characters.
I think those are really good, solid, grounded goals, and I honestly think you can absolutely make it just because you have such a good head on your shoulders and you're so intelligent about the game and you have a really good drive and you're really dedicated to leveling things. I think you'll make that no problem at all, especially in your sub-region, and then from there kicking off to a state PR. I think that's completely good and great for you. So one thing that I know about you a lot is you play a lot, and I mean a lot of characters incredibly proficiently. Is there any reason you play a bunch of the characters you do? Like, which ones would you say are your main group that you play, and what made you pick each of them?
Yeah, sure. So let's see. So what's the first question? Why do I play so many
Yeah,
characters?
so yeah, well,
Okay.
why do you play so many characters, and then which ones out of all of the ones that you play would say you're like your main core, like your main secondary, the ones you turn to most in bracket, and what makes
Yeah.
you pick those ones over the others? So I guess it's sort of
Okay.
a three-layer question, but
Yeah. So I mean, the real answer to playing so many characters is because like I just love every character. Like I like playing. I don't think there's really a character that I don't enjoy playing. Even characters I'm not so good at, I just think there's like, you know, every character has something. Every character is like has something cool about them that I like. Even the characters that I don't like there's things that are interesting about them. And like I'm just really curious. Like I see like let's say like one of the characters I don't like, I don't know, like Ices or something, or Rosa. Um and I watch like a top player play them and they do something cool. I don't think like, oh, I wish I could do that. I go in the lab and then I learn how to do that, you know? Like it's just like curiosity, I guess. Like I just enjoy learning. Um I guess where it started is like from a completely different mindset though. It's because I played Zero Suit and like you know, all zero suits, we hate our character, so we do like everything to not play our character. So I just started
Mhm.
playing around with other characters. Um, but I mean, like, yeah, I mean, nowadays I just like everything, to be honest. I just like the game.
Yeah, it's a really good, great, and it's a really fun game. So you
Yeah.
said you used to play a bunch of Zero Suit, but today, like, what characters would you say you probably play the most? Like, I know you play a bunch of Diddy Kong and then some Falco too, but are there any others? And why do you tend to play those two the most? Is there anything about them that you just love more than most things in the cast, or?
Sure. Okay, so yeah, my mains currently are Diddy Kong and Falco. I do kind of like a little bit of a like two-thirds Diddy Kong and then one-third Falco. Falco usually comes out in earlier rounds. Um, I do play a lot more characters. I limit it to those two in bracket because it's easier to like work on things in VOD review. Just to like not slow myself down. But I also play a lot of Joker. I play a lot of Zero Suit. Used to play a lot of Sheik. Play a lot of Olimar. Mega Man, Luigi, and I would stop there when it comes to characters I like consistently come back to, but I have made a lot of progress on other characters, like Palu, Snake, Wolf, Yoshi, Wario. Um, yeah.
Yeah. As I
Um,
said, this man's amazing at everything. Absolutely. Like you just learn every character and then like,
er,
I'll just be playing and then like you just pull out this new character out of nowhere and it's like, why does he know
mhm.
this?
Yeah, my like hours split on my characters is like really even. Like I have the same amount of time on like a lot of characters. Like my Diddy Kong, the amount of hours I have on my Diddy Kong is not that much more than my Olimar on my Switch at least. So like that's a thing. Um, what was the other question you asked? Oh, why gravitate towards like Diddy Kong and Falco?
Yeah. Because those are the two
I
you
think
play the most.
Yeah, I think I generally gravitate towards characters who are just unique to themselves.
Hmm.
So, like, Diddy Kong, he doesn't really play like most characters. Like, Zero Suit doesn't play like most characters. Snake, Bayo, Olimar. It's like, to me, the weirder the character is, the more they deviate from, say, like, your simpler characters like Lucina. Um, the more interest I take in them, usually. Um, I play Diddy Kong because he's just my favorite character in the game. That's actually just the reason. There's nothing else to it. Like he has like my favorite neutral in the game. He has a lot of tech skill I can like consistently work on. I just think he's really cool. Like I would watch Tweak and I'd be like, that's just sick to me. I want to play like that, and so I started playing Diddy Kong, and my Diddy Kong was bad at first, and I just kept going. Um, I think for Falco, it's the first thing I'll say is they're not that different, Diddy Kong and Falco. I think their like tools are really different, but their stats are similar, and so it almost feels like you're playing the same character but doing different things.
Makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, like they both have like Diddy Kong has better ground speed, but they both have like sort of decent ground speed, but nothing too crazy. And they both have pretty bad air stats. Falco has more air excel, so it's like you have a bit more control. Um, but like generally they're pretty similar. And
Mhm.
I thought Falco was like a nice sort of lower maintenance character I could balance with Diddy Kong for a lot of the really, really hard matchups that Diddy Kong has because there's a lot of those. Um, yeah, I also just really enjoy Falco. I feel like Falco is underrated. People kind of think of Falco as like this, I guess like a Luigi, right? Like I don't know if you know
Mhm.
about like the is your character a wolf or a Luigi
Oh yeah.
thing?
And people
Yeah,
generally put Falco a lot more towards the Luigi than the Wolf. But he can, and in my mind, he plays both really well. He's one of those characters where like you can play them like a Wolf or you can play them like a Luigi, and you it's
yeah.
depends on what you need them to do.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that exact same thing. I think Falco is maybe the only character that I can think of right now that actually like perfectly fits into both. Like he does both at the same time. He has like a really good neutral and he just like fucks you up on hit. He's just broken. He's so good.
Falco is plus.
Falco is insane. Yeah. Especially on Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's why I gravitate towards those two. And then the other characters, just like if they're weird, I usually like them unless it's Ices or Rosa. But I've also put some time into those two, so I don't know. That's kind of it, yeah.
And then is there a reason you said earlier that you play both of them, but you play a lot more Falco earlier in bracket? What is your reasoning behind mostly going Falco in earlier brackets as opposed to later brackets, or not playing Diddy Kong as much in early brackets and more Diddy Kong in later bracket?
Sure. Yeah, so I think that my Diddy Kong is currently significantly better than my Falco. Um, but I also think Falco is like one of those characters that is just good against like more like mid-level opponents. And like I wouldn't say Falco is like a hard character, but he's pretty hard to play into good players. Like Falco's neutral is flawed in a couple of ways. And so like good players will really abuse that. So I'll only really go Falco into pretty favorable matchups if I know that my opponent's really good against Falco. Also it's like a confidence thing. Like if I have to fight a really good duck hunt, I'll probably just go Diddy Kong because like even if the matchup's -2, -3, um I just have a lot more experience in it. Whereas if it's like an early bracket duck hunt, I'll just go Falco and just like reflect everywhere. And it'll probably work.
Because they're not gonna handle basic tools of Falco as well as like those better duck hunts, right? Falco
Exactly.
is a lot
Yeah.
better and is a lot more consistent to play it against lower level opponents than Diddy Kong, would you say? Uh,
Yeah, it's like an effort thing. Like the Diddy Kong stuff, it's I'd rather not put in too much effort in early bracket. Because then you get burnt out. I
mhm.
think that's like another good thing about having a simple secondary, or co-main. Like being exhausted in bracket is not good, and when you play a character like Diddy Kong or like maybe like Peach or Bayo or something like that, like it really starts to add up. Once you get later in bracket, it's like I don't know, your hands start hurting or like there's just I don't know, it's just exhausting mentally too.
Mhm. No, that
So
that makes
Falco's
sense.
definitely
I really like your little talk about that because that's probably one of the cool like that's a thing where I'm just trying to like peek into your brain because I think you are incredibly smart on Smash and I just wanted to like peek your brain into especially your character choices and sort of especially whenever you were like I like doing this as particularly earlier in bracket. I think those are really good questions and I'm
Mhm.
really glad you answered those in a really great way. I loved how you answered those. So another thing you do, because you haven't entered the most lately, but I do know that you work a lot, especially on a bunch of these online brackets. So what are some of the main online brackets or things that you help out with a lot in the Smash community that aren't necessarily just you sitting down and playing in brackets?
Sure, yeah. So I mostly just help run the Atlantis series Wi-Fi bracket. Um, I end up playing in it a decent amount, but yeah, it's like a little project I have going that I run with Umbra, and like when me and Umbra started playing, and I heard about the project, the bracket, I guess I was just interested. I played in it a couple times, and I was like, you know, we could make this better. And I guess I just gave good ideas until I just got added to the team, and I just kept going from there. Um, the other stuff I do is I do a decent amount of coaching. I don't really charge for coaching. It's like I think of the coaching as like a second Smash hobby because like I guess I've always found it interesting how other coaches are able to articulate what they think about the game. and like convey it to other people. And I I guess with me being newer to the game and seeing some people who've been playing for longer than me like struggling a bit, I was like, I literally just learned this. Like some other people learned it like 5 years ago, but like I just learned it. Like there's no one who's better equipped to teach something than someone who just learned it, right? Like,
Yeah, because it's fresh on your mind and
um,
everything. Like,
yeah,
that makes sense.
exactly. And so like I feel like a lot of coaches in Smash Ultimate or people who call themselves coaches who aren't like I don't know professionals. Um, I feel like they don't actually try to get better at the coaching. It's weird. I see some people. I feel like they almost do it just to like it's like an ego thing. Like they almost like try to help other people so they can like feel like they're better than they are or something like that. Because like I feel like coaching is its own skill. It's not. Some people aren't meant to play. They're meant to coach. Like teaching is different from playing, regardless of how good you are.
It is
Right?
absolutely a completely different skill.
Yeah.
Because I've done some of it myself. I help a few people, and I think it's also really good for yourself whenever you coach. Because a really great saying I've heard from a bunch of places in my life is to teach something is to learn it twice and just as good in a completely different way. Because you just have to have a deeper understanding of it, not just to understand it yourself, but to convey that information to someone else and teach it to them is a completely different skill, and it helps you understand whatever you're teaching on a deeper level than somebody who just
Yeah.
knows it or just hears about it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think it's something I've built up over time. It's like actively trying to improve at it. Like like I'll record some of my sessions if I'm in VC and I'll sometimes look over them and be like, oh, like why did I word this way? Like I really don't like the fact that I say just a lot. Like I used to say it more like just do this or like if this happens you could just there's nothing as simple as just
Mhm.
in Smash Ultimate. That's like an example of something I had to cut out because like it's not productive.
Yeah, it
Um
Smash is too complex a game to just say when X happens, you do Y because
exactly.
there's about 50 different options you can do, most of which are bad, but there is not just one good option for every single scenario. There's just too many
Yeah,
tools and too many options to just do something. There's always
exactly.
several.
Yeah. But it's really fun. Like it's like a yeah, it's like just it's almost like playing another game to me, I guess, if that makes sense.
Mhm. I think I do because it coaching is a really fun experience and it's very fulfilling to do. And it just makes me feel good whenever I do it and I'm trying to help someone else understand the game and just sort of identify things that they can do to better improve. And then whenever you see them do good, it makes you feel, but if it makes me feel just as good whenever I see someone I even help do
Mhm.
good than it does myself whenever I have a good bracket run. I'll see someone that's like, they really did good. And it's just this great feeling. And it gives, in my opinion, I find my more joy in people doing good that I've helped, seeing them do good
Mhm.
than doing good myself.
I agree with that. Yeah, I hope everyone I teach like surpasses me. Like I want them all to be better than me.
Mhm.
I mean, my goal isn't even like I just I just want to be as good as I can. Like results wise, I don't really have anything, so I hope the best for all my students and like regardless of how our sessions go, like some students are, harder to teach than others, but I still believe in all of them.
Mhm. No, and I think pushing students or people that are coming to you for help, pushing them to be better than you is great because if you're better than them and it's just no competition, there's not a whole lot of drive for some people to continue improving. But if there is someone that is now better than you, that's more drive for you to improve and get better. And you can just keep pushing each other further and further up while helping each other grow and pushing each other to be the best that you can be.
Of course, yeah.
So
Actually, the way that started, I'm just like a random topic, but it is worth mentioning. The way it started was actually from there was like a point where I didn't have too many people to play with. At
mhm,
least that I knew, like just being newer to the game. And so like I had made a decent amount of progress, and then like a bunch of my friends stopped playing, and then I was meeting people, but like I was better than them, and so I was just like, I want a grind partner. So I just taught them how to beat me so I
mhm,
could have grind partners. And I guess that's actually where like helping people started.
mhm. That's really great, and I really like that idea of like, I need someone to push me. I don't have anyone to push me right now. I'm going to make you better so that you are pushing me to do better because I
Yeah.
need someone to help push me, and I'm gonna push you so that you can help push me and we can both get better together. I think that's fantastic, and I think more people should take that attitude and try that.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, is there anything else that you want to talk about? Is there any like offline events that you're going to soon? Is there any like big online things you're doing or anything you want to talk about?
Um no offline events right now, but hopefully soon.
Hmm.
Um when it comes to Wi-Fi, I want to enter like at least a couple times a week. I've been kind of lacking because I haven't played for last bracket I played in was like 10 days ago. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals, so I've been lacking. But I think Ult is still gonna be my main game I play. I have a couple goals for the year, like like sub-region PR at least, and I want a couple more ranked wins. I feel like my wins aren't as good as they could be because I just don't enter enough. So yeah, just looking for some of that. Like I said, it's the goals are mostly like improvement oriented, so I don't need it. But it'd be nice to have some more like proof of improvement.
Yeah, it's nice to have a pretty cool name on your Smashers app. Like, yeah, I did do that. I was that
I
good
just
one
want to see
though.
myself on other people's
Yeah,
on other people's notables. I'm like, ooh, that's I know that guy.
I know that guy. You beat
Yeah,
him really? You must be really good then. I mean, if Jack's on your wins.
exactly.
Oh, but by the way, I don't play Marvel Rivals, but who do you play in Marvel Rivals since you brought it up? And you're a big shooter person, so who do you
Yeah,
play?
so I've been playing a lot of Magic. Um, so before this season, I quit for a bit because the meta was honestly pretty trash. Before that, I played mostly Psylocke.
Mhm.
But then I came back and I was like, I want something completely new. I started playing Magic. I started playing Angela. Um, I've been really enjoying both of them. I like Angela because I played a lot of Wrecking Ball in Overwatch. It's kind of like they're kind of like some disruption tanks who can just
Mhm.
kidnap and assassinate people, and I think that's like just sick. Like I barely I don't know, just the concept of playing tank, and tanks are usually in the front line, doing most of the pressure, but you're playing a tank that's like he doesn't exist in the fight until like a crucial moment. So your team's like playing a 5v6 until I pull up. Um, I don't know. I just thought that was cool. It's pretty different. So I
Mhm.
like Angela.
And that sounds just like your Smash, where you're interested in someone that doesn't play basic. You don't want someone that plays like everyone else. You want a unique character that doesn't play like the other ones in the game. I think that's a
Yeah,
really cool parallel to draw. Uh,
yeah.
that's really, really cool. But is there anything else you want to talk about, or are we gonna wrap up?
Um, I can't think of anything. No, I think we're good. Yeah.
Well, that's perfect. I just want to say thank you again, Jack, for sitting down with me and having this wonderful talk so I can peek into your brain a little bit. But thank
Of
you
course.
everyone for listening, and I hope everyone has an amazing day. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to keep dreaming on.